Hello. Thank you very much for helping us. See all links in the description of this video. Dear viewer, I kindly ask you to give this video your like. Your thumbs up is greatly needed to spread the channel. GURU.Markets. Now we will look at the main fundamental indicators of the company Norfolk Southern, ticker NSC. This review was created using information as of July 26, 2024. According to classification GURU.Markets, company Norfolk Southern belongs to the subcategory Largest Earth. 31 companies participate in the assessment, which is very representative. We start with general information about the company. Let's study each indicator in more detail a little further. If necessary, you can pause the video. You can look at all the indicators of the organization in question in more detail. Access to the table with the structure of company tickers is free and free. Market capitalization of the company Norfolk Southern Corp, valued at $50.36 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $690 billion. Norfolk Southern accounts for a share of 7.296%. It is one of the average companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $12.51 billion. The subcategory's balance sheet capitalization is $186 billion. Norfolk Southern accounts for a share of 6.723%. By comparing the occupied shares of the exchange and book value, we can see the following. Occupied share Norfolk Southern in the subcategory in the case of assessing the exchange value is 7.296%. The balance sheet capitalization is 6.723%, which is 8% less than the share of market value. Assessment of the company's share of market and book value in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Total company assessment Norfolk Southern will be presented towards the end of the video. Please look at the logic of the study in full. The analyzed company's debt obligations amount to $17.521 billion. Debt to book value is 140.1% of equity. Result on the company's debts. Bad, -1 point. The ratio of the company's stock market value to its profit is 35.8. The average for the subcategory is 23.4. This is 35% higher than for the subcategory. Assessment of market price to earnings ratios in comparison with subcategory companies. Bad, -1 point. Profit for the last 12 months was $1,412 million. Forward earnings for the coming 12 months are expected to be $2,179 million, which is 54.3% more than at the current moment. Assessment of expected future profit indicators in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The company's price-to-revenue ratio is 4.2. The average for the subcategory is 3.5, and this is 20% higher than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of the company's stock market value to revenue in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $12,030 million. Future revenue for the coming 12 months is expected to be $18,560 million, which is 54% more than the current figure. Estimation of expected future sales compared to subcategory performance. Good, 1 point. The sales margin is 11.7%, with an average for the subcategory of 15.1%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 3.4%. Assessment of sales profitability in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The company's share in terms of the number of employees in the subcategory is 5.923%, which is 23% less than the share of market capitalization. And this fact shows the imbalance in the company's market value Norfolk Southern, probably towards revaluation. The amount of market capital for each employee of the company is $2,433,000. Whereas for the subcategory $1,975,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the organization's performance is 23.2%. Estimation of the amount of capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, 0 points. The profit per individual employee of the company is $68,200. With the average in the subcategory, $84,300. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 19%. Estimated profit per individual employee compared to subcategory performance. Tolerable, 0 points. The share of sales per company employee is $581,000. By subcategory $557,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 4%. Estimation of the share of revenue per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The volume of sales transactions corresponds to 1.2%, with an average for the subcategory of 4.2%. This is a short squeeze risk indicator. Indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 49% for the company Norfolk Southern. Whereas in the subcategory this level is approximately 54%. Technically, stocks in the subcategory are valued roughly the same as stocks Norfolk Southern. Comparing the dynamics of the company's share price Norfolk Southern and subcategory companies. We can see that over 12 months the company's shares Norfolk Southern showed a change of -6%. Against the price dynamics for the subcategory -3.8%. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but we must keep this fact in mind. Before showing the final score, please write a stock rating Norfolk Southern Corp. In the comment below. We look at all the comments and try very hard to respond to almost every comment. Your responses in the comments significantly help the development of information from GURU.Markets. The total result is as follows, -0.5 out of 10 points. The average result for the subcategory is 1.8 points. If you look broadly, within the US market in general, you can see that the average score for the entire stock market in the aggregate is 0.3 points. Against a score of -0.5 points for Norfolk Southern. Let's look at the order table, which is available to everyone. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all previously made decisions by the help system GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is absolutely free and open, link in pinned comment. As a result of stock valuation Norfolk Southern Corp. Information system for stock valuation Guru. Markets a decision is made. Do not open an order due to the fact that Norfolk Southern is an overvalued company in the subcategory. Thank you all so much for watching this video and for using the help desk. GURU.Markets. You truly are the most excellent audience in the entire world.